Monday. It's Gina Bulow coming to you from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, where I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And it is Monday, the last Monday of September, September 29th, 2025. So when you guys pop on, say hello, tell me where you're coming from. I popped up on my phone right away. This is great. Everything's working like it should be, knock on wood, right? Okay, lots to show you guys, lots happening. So we'll get started with all of that right away. Hope everyone is doing well. I've been a busy girl the last few weeks, so just note, I know we've talked about tutorials and I'm working diligently on them. Hello, Melanie, good morning. I did take the last few weeks off because I've been creating for the Escape and trying to get ahead on classes here, so we'll be back to tutorial writing, so that's next on the list. Let's see, Yvonne is here, Lori is here. Coming in from Pennsylvania. Hello, ladies. So kind of show you what I have coming up. All of these classes you kind of need to order by this weekend if you want to make the next shipping date with Christine. So those of you who are new to me anyways, a lot of times you order classes from Christine. So what we try to do is combine shipping to help save you some money. So I think Christine has talked about moving her shipping date up a week because she did not go to Germany. So I'm going to be prepping stuff this week, next week to get things shipped out because I believe she moved it to next week. I have to double check that. Okay, so all of these classes, some I've done already, some are coming up this week. So I'll get going showing you guys. Let's see who else is here. Miss Karen is here, and Sil is here, and Mary coming from, Sil's coming from Texas. So good morning, everyone. So samplers. So I've done the sampler class online already. The link, I had mentioned I would put the link in the comments on the YouTube channel. I wasn't able to do that for whatever reason. Thank you, Karen, for sharing. I appreciate that. So what I did is I took, and I post everything on my Facebook page. So under the video that I posted for this class, you'll find the link for the frames that go with this. This is a 12 by 12 frame. I got my frames from Hobby Lobby, so the link is there. So what you get for this class, you get to make two 12 by 12 samplers. One is a Halloween, this one here, and one is fall. These classes are available to order yet through this week. And I also have it in person on Sunday. So that's the 5th. So if you want to attend in person, let me know. There's still time to do that. And there is time to order kits if you want kits. So these kits are 26. Christine and I have to talk about shipping and how that will work out. So those of you who want these kits, just know that I will get back to you with your total cost after Christine and I figure this out, okay? That's one class I have. So good morning, Carissa and Loretta. Welcome. Listening while running payroll. Good job, Carissa. Double tasking it. I love it. Okay, on Friday I was here, and you all know that I take the Scrapbook workshop kits and I create alternatives. So I show you alternative ways to do it. So you can take those workshops and create them however you would like them, or you can follow Stampin' Up's directions, or you can get them from me. So this month's workshop was the lovely floral workshop. This one is a product-based class. It is a $75 order. So you need to place your $75 order by Friday of this week to get this kit. With the kit, you need to either have the kit already or add it to your order and then add whatever else you would like, whether you need adhesive or a stamp set or whatever to get you to the 75. I include a bonus kit for you. That bonus kit includes ribbon, gems, extra cardstock, extra die cut pieces. So all those extras will be shipped to you. Now on top of making 6 alternative scrapbook pages, we also make 5 cards. So that is what I have here. Here are, I'll move these aside. We'll do the 5 cards. And then you have plenty of leftovers to create more. So there's more leftovers that you could create more scrapbook pages. You could create some 3D projects, or you could create more cards with the leftovers. So these are the 5 cards you'll get. Thank you, Loretta. And these are the 6 pages. I think I have them mixed around just a little bit. Here we go. So here are these 2 pages. So I include these gems. These are the Charming, so this coordinates with the Charming Day Suite. So I've got the gems from that kit will be included. This one doesn't have really any extra. All of this is from the kit. You'll get these butterflies from me. I'm doing the braided petal pink ribbon. We've got some butterflies here. You'll get your basic beige photo mat here. Same with this one here. You'll get these mats here, the butterfly. Your navy mats, you'll get these floral pieces, butterflies. So all this is just an additional kit that I will send you for placing that order with me. Okay, so this order is due by, we'll make things Saturday. Everything will be due by Saturday if you want kits to be shipped to you now. Okay, this is going to be an early sneak peek because I have this done because this was my suite I worked with in the Escape. November will be the Traditions of Christmas workshop kit. So this kit is coming up in November. For the month of October, there is the Halloween kit, and that's what we'll be working with for October. And then this weekend is World Card Making Day. And I am so excited to be stamping with you on the actual World Card Making Day. So we are going to do a Christmas card buffet. So what a card buffet is, for those of you who don't know, those of you who are in person, oh, here we go. You get to pick and choose what cards and how many of each cards. The price varies from $19 to $32, from 3 cards to 6 cards. If you want additional cards beyond 6, it's $5 more. But let's say you want 2 of this card, 1 of this card, and 1 of this card. That's what you can do in person. Now, those of you who want online kits, you get all 6 cards for $32 plus shipping. So reach out if you guys would like these. And I will actually be here on Wednesday live. We'll be doing these live in person on Wednesday. I originally planned to be live and in person with you on Saturday, but it is homecoming here. So I need to get home and get my daughter all pretty and do those things with her. And I think I'm going to have a house of teenage kids that I'm cooking for. I'm not sure what's happening. So I moved the live to this Wednesday. The live has not been created yet, but I'll be doing that today. And then we'll be in person from 9 to about noon, 12:30 in the Hive here. So if you're local and you want to join me, I'd love to have you. So we have this, and then I have one more sneak peek for you, and this will be Technique. So Technique for October, we are going to work with the treat bags. And I'm going to show you alternative ways to use the iridescent treat bags. So here I created a shaker card. So the theme pretty much is going to be Halloween because I'm feeling Halloweenish. So I'm going to show you different ways to use the treat bags. We will make 1 treat bag, but then I have 2 other ways that I'll show you that you can use these treat bags in your cards. Okay, so that's coming up. Whew, that was a lot, right? So lots coming up. Mark your calendars. And oh, one other thing I got to talk about, because we've run into some issues lately, so I just want to point out too, if you guys want to find my information, if you want to see updates, if you want to know when classes are or what my cards look like, or scrapbook pages, best place to find me is on Facebook at Glitter and Ink with Gina. That's probably the most updated place that I have. You can email me with any questions at ginaalbulo@gmail.com, and my phone number is located here. Okay, who's ready to stamp? I am ready to stamp. We'll see what in my first envelope here. Oh, Yvonne, thank you. You love my pages. Thank you. Okay, so this one, I thought we needed a mail card, and this was the perfect, I feel like the perfect stamp set and bundle to use along with this paper for a guide card. So our first card is almost a traditional base. I cut an extra inch off of the edge here. Now, when you get these kits, you're gonna have your top piece is the top piece for your tree. Now, if you don't have this stamp set at home, that's okay. You could use any tree set that you have at home or anything else you would like at home to make this card, okay? Karen is ready, woohoo! Then you will also have your embossed piece. You will have a, oh, we cut out your deers for you. So there's deers. You could put some eyes on if you don't have the deers, or it could be just a shadow. And then you've got your peacock for the pecan pie for the inside, your vanilla for the inside, and these extra pieces here that go on our card. Okay, so we're gonna do our tree first. And this is using the Autumn Trees bundle. So it's this tree here and this deer here. Oh dear. Oh, I don't think I brought. Okay, we're gonna, you know what? I didn't bring a block, so we're going to use our glass mat here as my block. This uses the largest block that Stampin' Up! Offers. We're gonna ink this up with our espresso. And it looks like I forgot my chamois. So we'll borrow from Christine. Place our paper. Ooh, let's hope I did that high enough. Make sure you press firmly. And there we go. So this one you want to make sure that you're pushing firmly all over the stamp, or you will have not a completely stamped image. And while we have our ink out, we'll bring our deer. And this is what I do with my die cut pieces, than trying to eyeball things up. Now you can always stamp and then die cut if you have this set, but I have this die cut already. So this is what I usually do. I've talked about this many times. I just kind of nestle my fingers around the stamp, and then I press down, and for the most part, it usually works out pretty good. Okay, so to color our tree, I'm gonna use blends. If you didn't want to use blends, you could always use a brush or a blending brush or a sponge dauber. But I'm bringing in Old Olive and Pecan Pie. Sil, you love your scrapbook pages. So many cute cards. Oh, thank you so much. And Loretta, oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. So I'm just taking in here where I see, now it's kind of hard to tell a little bit, but there's like little branches coming through. So I'm just taking my pecan, where I see some of the branches coming through and coloring that. And because these are small, I'm using more of the blunt tip, not the brush. So when there's really detailed pieces, I really like to use my blunt tip. And when there's large areas, I prefer to use the brush tip. And that's just my personal preference. When you color, feel free to do what works best for you. How many of you enjoy coloring? I know some people are actually, they do not enjoy it. I love to color. I think it is very therapeutic. And it doesn't matter what kind of coloring, from watercoloring to coloring with markers or using colored pencils. I would say my two favorite though would be using our blends or watercoloring. Those are my two favorite. I don't use the pencils as much. And I think a lot of that just, we don't have every color, so. Then I'm gonna bring a little bit of the dark and just kind of add some depth. Now you don't have to use two colors. I like to use multiple colors, lights and darks, when I do my coloring because I feel like it helps your coloring pop. It gives it depth. Krista loves to color. I know, I love to color. Mary, you're here. You're back home and safe. Mary Lemke was in the house for like 2 weeks between Wisconsin and Michigan. She went and hung out with the Michigan girls for the last week or so, and she was by me for a little bit, and then she was here in the hive. So good to hear you made it home, and I hope you're resting now from all your travels. Now, my green blends need to be replaced. My brush ends are not so good, so I only get to use my blunt tip here. So I must use my greens a lot. That my brush tip is kind of not so pretty. Now I'm just gonna take the old olive here, and I'm just gonna, some of those shaded areas I'm gonna make a little bit darker, kind of outline my tree a little bit. I don't know, I love to kind of have the darker on the outside, or where you would see shadows. I don't know if that's something as a kid that they taught us. You know, I remember coloring with, you know, crayons as a kid, and I always took and outlined my image first. I don't know if that's what we were taught or what it was, but that's just what I did, and I still kind of carry that same habit over when I color. Does anybody else do that, where they kind of outline their image? Now, Christine was live, and it was so exciting because I never get to catch Christine live. I'm either at work or I'm running kids somewhere, you know, whatever. But that's great that I always get to see the replays. But I never actually get to join live. So it was so exciting that I got to join live, and she was doing some coloring and we were talking, and the difference between using Memento and StazOn ink. Now I will tell you, they tell you to use StazOn for watercoloring. I do not use StazOn. I use Memento for everything. And technically, we shouldn't be using regular, they say not to use ink pads to do your coloring with. You should be using StazOn or Memento. I'm using espresso. So here, I just want to show you the difference of adding that little bit of dark versus having that light there. So this is all light, and this has the light and the dark, and it just shows you a little bit of difference of how I feel like my tree is coming to life a little bit. Okay, so that's what adding the darker color will do. Now, does it take more time? Yeah, but it does give that little bit of extra something. So for the people you really like, you can add that little extra something. And those you maybe don't like so much, maybe don't do as much coloring for them. I don't know. Do what makes your heart happy. That's kind of my motto. And whatever works for you. So is anyone doing anything fun today? It is a beautiful day. I have to say, we've been very, very blessed. We've had some really nice weather lately. The warmer temperatures during the day, and then at night and in the early mornings, the cooler temps. It's been really nice. Hello, Mary from Southwest Minnesota. Welcome. How have the temperatures been for you, Mary? They've been pretty nice here in Wisconsin. I'm not going to complain. I'm a fall girl, so I love these cool, crisp mornings. Even the other night, was sleeping, I'm like, oh, I woke up because I got a little bit chilly with the windows open. But I didn't shut the windows. I kept them open. I just grabbed a blanket and so this is the most tedious card we have today, I promise. Yeah, Mary is unpacking, going to be 80s. It is going to be 80s here today. I think it's supposed to be like 82 or something like that. But I think our forecast is showing pretty much in the 70s for the next week or so. And no rain in the forecast, which I think we could use a little bit of rain. Grass is looking a little bit brown. Makes my son happy. He doesn't have to cut grass as often if it's not raining so much. So you're packing up your trailer to go on a trip up to Kentucky, hopefully to see lots of fall foliage. Oh, I hope you do too. I know the trees are changing here. Leaves are dropping. I don't know, part of that is due to just, it might be because it's a little bit drier. But definitely starting to see that pretty fall color coming through. I've got a maple in my front yard that is starting to get some pretty red leaves on it. Okay, so there is our tree. Now we need to bring in our embossing and cut machine. So like I said, at home, these kits, you will get just a piece of vanilla here that you can die cut and stamp yourself if you have the stamp set. If not, if you don't have the stamp set, you could use whatever set you have. Now this comes with two parts. We only need the outline part, but if you want to use the detail part of the tree, this only puts the detail in the tree. It does not cut out the whole tree. So you need both pieces, and I nestle them like this if I want the detailed out of the tree, okay? I don't need the detail. I just told you I didn't need the detail. Got it in my hands. So we're just using the outline for this. Oh, I left enough room for my tree. Yay. I was afraid I maybe cut the tip of my tree off. That happens sometimes. I just noticed my computer was black back there. I'm like, oh no, am I not really truly recording? There's always that panic. Anita, you are enjoying the weather and the windows open. Oh, yeah, now is the time. We kind of, those of us who live in the Midwest, we need to take advantage of these moments while we can, because they are far and few, it feels like sometimes. You know, we go from winter to summer and it's too hot and you're turning your heat off and turning your AC on. And then this time of year, we go from turning our AC off to turning our heat on. So, okay, so we have your embossed panel here. It's gonna go on top of your pecan pie panel. And then this goes on the front of your card. So that panel goes there. And then we're gonna bring in, I really like this stamp set. This is called Branching Out. This is a new holiday stamp set, but it's nice because it's not really, none of the sentiments in here are holiday. But they have nice sentiments. So we're gonna bring in happiest birthday wishes and wishing you a day filled with many happy moments. And then you've got this beautiful pine in here. Oh, I have the wrong sentiments. Here we go. Here are the sentiments I am looking for. Don't mind me. It's Monday, right? Hello, Jean. So we've got our little deer here. Now you're gonna wanna make sure, well, you could stamp on either side, but I'm putting it over here on the left-hand side because I feel like that's the way my deer is facing. So when you open it, I'm gonna do that. Okay, so then you have this strip of DSP. This is gonna butt right up to the edge of your piece of vanilla. we're going to bring in our sentiment. And I'm going to stamp the inside one with Mossy. There we go. And we'll bring in our vanilla label. And our happy birthday wishes fits just perfect. There we go. Okay, so our stamping, hello Joanne, our stamping is done. So now it's the easy part. We're just gluing everything together. And I have a little bit of my DSP poking through the back. So I just trim that off with my scissors. These dimensionals. What did I just see? I saw someone posted something. If you see a trail of dimensionals in your home, you must be a stamper. So it kind of follows on Jeff Foxworthy's, you might be a redneck, right? So kind of we are stampers when we have dimensionals everywhere. And that is so true, because I remember Christine's very first escape that she had, and we were at a hotel there, and there was a trail of dimensionals going to the ladies' room. They were just everywhere. You saw them in the bathroom, you saw them on the floor, and it's so true. They are everywhere. It doesn't matter how much you vacuum, they're still there. You find them on yourself. Okay, so this is our inside piece. And then when we close this, your piece should butt right up to that so that you don't even see any vanilla coming through. Here to watch it. Oh yes, you'll have to watch the replay, Joanne, to see how I did this beautiful tree. Okay, so let's pop up our tree. Does anyone have a favorite set from the holiday catalog that they're really loving? Yes, Joanne, this is a kit from me. The kit is $19 for this kit plus shipping, or if you're going to do porch pickup, I do porch pickup here with Christine. Otherwise, you can place a $40 order and get the kit for free. So completely up to you what you would prefer to do. So with all of my classes, you have the option, just like with Christine, you can either place an order and get the cards, kits for free, or you can just pay the kit fee. Okay, so now we've got our tree on. We'll add our deer. Oh dear. And he's going to get nestled at the bottom of our tree. Then we'll bring in our tear tape. I use tear tape a lot to adhere my ribbons. So we've got this beautiful, it comes in a 2-pack. There's Old Olive and there's Espresso Twine. And we're just weaving this back and forth. Maybe. Like so. And you could wink a Stella up your tree too. But I hear Tyler going, no, no, don't add any glitter. So we won't add any glitter to this one. And then these cool, these are called the streaked dots. They kind of look like wood, and yet someone said the tiger's eye is what they thought it looked like too, which I can see both ways. So they're really cool, cool dots. So here is our first card. Nice manly card. So if you need a man's card for anything, this set is perfect. Okay, so first card is done. Karen, you like this bundle and the branching out. I have to say, Stampin' Up! Knocked it out of the park with fall sets, I feel like, this year. We have some really amazing fall stuff this year, which they usually don't have a lot. They might have 1 or 2 sets, and I think there's like 4 sets, plus some beautiful DSPs. So, Stampin' Up! Did a really good job with that. Clean up my mess. Speaking of messes, we'll get started on our next card and then I'll talk. Our next card, oh, you guys are gonna like this one. This one's super simple and easy, but the DSP speaks for itself. Isn't that DSP pretty? Oh my goodness. So, I can only get 2 out of a sheet. So, oh, these are both the same, huh? So there's one like this, and then there's another one that has more flowers on it, a little less purple coming through, but both very similar, that are on the same piece of DSP. So this is gonna go together really easy. And we don't have an inside piece. Uh-oh, I better double, oh, here we go. Oh my goodness, happy Monday, right? Oh. Anyways, so we've got our piece of old olive here. Some basic beige embossed in that beautiful sunflower embossing folder. I don't even know, does anyone know if the sunflower embossing folder is available? I know it's been on back order a lot since it came out. I think this one came out, launched in July as an online exclusive. Joanne, you love the North Pole. Yes, that is on my list to get. Okay. I've got some oopsies going on today. Good thing I cut some kits yesterday, and I'm going to have to go back and double check everything. This should be 4 1/4 by 5, or 4 by 5 1/4, sorry. And it is... let's see. Well, my card base here is not correct. All right. We are going to see if Chris can save me. She might be able to save me. I'll have to owe her a card base. Oh man, I must have been tired or something last night cutting these kits. That's never good. I thought I was on a roll doing really good last night. Now I'm gonna have to double check everything. Oh, okay. Now this should work out. This is live, guys, so you never know what is going to happen. And hopefully you guys learn from my mistakes. Do learn from my mistakes, okay? So there we go. That is how that should fit on your card. And you put your DSP and layer it on top of this purple. And I didn't know how I would like this purple, but I felt like if I put yellow behind, there was too much yellow. And if I put green behind, I just didn't love it. But there was something about putting this purple and pulling out the purple of the card that I don't know, I kind of fell in love with. So I hope you guys like this little purple accent too. Okay, the embossing folder is available, but it's on low inventory. So if you've been looking for the sunflower embossing folder, order it now before it's gone again. Thank you, ladies. Yep. Joanne, I make mistakes all the time. This is learning to craft with Gina. Learn what not to do. Okay, so center this on your card like that. And then we have a little bit of greenery here. And I don't know about you guys, but I do not ever have sympathy cards when I need them. I am always out of sympathy cards, and then I'm scrambling around to make one last minute. So I thought this made a really pretty sympathy card, but you could definitely take and put any sentiment you want. It could be a happy birthday card, it could be a thinking of you card, just a note. It could be whatever you want it to be. We're gonna bring in Unbound Love. So you guys are liking the purple. That's awesome. We'll stamp this in espresso. I'm going to put my heart goes out to you on the inside. And then I have a little leaf that I brought from Charming Day. So this is Charming Day. So this is the set that coordinates with the Scrapbook workshop kit. And we'll bring in some Old Olive. So the green is Old Olive and the purple is Highland Heather. So I don't use a lot of Highland Heather. I use a lot of Freesia, Petunia Pop, and then I'll go like in a blackberry phase. So it was kind of nice to pull that color out because I don't use it that often. And then I'm just going to bring my Wink of Stella in here, and that'll pick up a little bit of the green ink if you're doing it while it's still wet to help fill in these leaves a little bit. And then we'll bring in our Stella, because I believe Stella makes everything beautiful. So we can put our inside in. Noreen, you're liking the purple too? Okay, you guys are feeling the purple vibes. I love it. Christine would probably love it too. It's got purple in it. She likes anything with purple. And I would say, can we add a little orange, please? And she'd be like, how about purple? That's what would happen when we would stamp together. I would say, how about any color but purple? She's like, purple? Can we do this card in purple? It's just so funny. Okay. So here we go. We're just going to weave this back and forth like we did before. And I'm just going to put a little piece of tear tape over the top of it. Keep it from popping out. And then I'm just going to put, oh, hold on one second. That might be my team member. Okay, I forgot to leave the door open. Julie's coming and we're doing a few things today. We're going to create a business page for her and do a little fun yip yapping, and she's going to spend a lot of money apparently. She's got a plan in mind. Karen, there's no other color but purple. There is, Karen. There is. There's those shades of orange that are so pretty. So you guys are getting purple twice today. The next card features purple. So we'll lay that there. And then here goes our label over there like that. And then you get some more purple here. We got purple gems going on. So there we go. Card number 2 done. We got that purple going on. All right, card number 3 is a Halloween card. I have to sneak in Halloween because I do love Halloween. Now, I don't like Halloween where it's gory and all that. I love the cutesy part. Like, I totally miss getting my kids dressed up for Halloween and putting them in their cute little costumes and doing all that. So I love the Halloween sets that they came out with this year. So you guys would be seeing some Halloween cards. How many of you like to make Halloween cards and send Halloween cards? I know sometimes that is a holiday that is a hit or miss. Okay, our final card. Da, 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 da. Autumn colors are my favorite, yes, because autumn is the best time of the year. See, Julie agrees too. Okay, so we have our smoky slate. We've got some cute cobwebs here. Our iridescent ribbon. We've got a black label, a white label, and you've got 2 diamonds. You're gonna get these 2 diamonds in your, or diamonds. They're squares, but they will be diamonds. So you're gonna get these 2 squares, and you're gonna turn them like a diamond and cut them in half. And you're going to do the same thing with your DSP. You decorate your treat bags. I love it. Yeah, I love doing all that stuff. I will say I miss having my kids being younger and doing that kind of stuff. They don't want that stuff as much anymore. It's so sad. I love to be the homeroom mom. I brought all the treats for class and stuff. Okay, so you've got your diamond, your triangles now. They were diamonds, they were squares. And you're gonna glue them together. Now you're going to glue them so that they're flush on the bottom here. So you're just gonna have a little bit of black showing on these two edges. Oh, so you're saying it's still hot and humid in Texas. Is it always hot and humid in Texas, I feel like? Or do you get a cooler where the humidity goes away? Okay. Okay, so make sure it's flush on the edge there. Now you've got your brick embossed petunia pop in black. You're gonna layer the two of those. Okay, and now with your triangles, they're gonna go flush to the edge of your petunia pop. So that's where you get that black edge around your triangle. Your top point meets the top of your petunia pop. So this one's going on the top, and this one is gonna go down here on the bottom. Like that. Isn't that cool? Get a nice little Z shape in there. And then this could get glued to your card base. Now, we're going to do a little bit of heat embossing. We're going to bring in our black embossing powder, our Versamark, and you definitely want to use an embossing buddy. And what I always do is I don't just rub it on, I actually tap it on. That helps remove any oils from fingerprints or anything else that might be laying on the paper, so get a crisper image. So we're using Fright Night. It has these two labels here. This one is the one we'll be using. You need your larger block for this. We're going to ink it up in your Versamark ink. Lay it down and press firmly. You want to make sure you try to hold on to the edges when doing this because this covers so much surface. And then we're just covering it with our black powder. And tapping off the excess. And then we'll bring in our heat tool. And heat this up. Yes, so I like the triangles too. I actually, this was the first time I did this card I did for my escape board with the traditional Christmas set, and I just loved the look of it. Now, we're just heating this up. You're gonna go from a matte black to a shiny black. So once it starts turning shiny, that's how you know. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. So here, Right there it's shiny, but then here it's matte. There we go. Oop. Then I brought a blending brush, and we've got our Granny Apple Green. Now you do want to let this maybe dry just a little bit. I shouldn't say dry. I think I didn't get one little spot here. Just make sure it's not hot to the touch. There we go. So we've got a Granny Apple, and we're just going to color it in with our green. Now, I could have just used Granny Apple Green cardstock, but I just felt like it was too dark. So this is why I decided to, and this was kind of a last minute, I still wanted some color on it. I had it white originally, and then I did it on Granny Apple, and I just felt like it was just too bold or whatever. So once I got my card together, I just started to add some green to it, and I liked how this looked. So, and I'm gonna have light areas and dark areas because I feel like it kind of looks a little more distressed, I guess. Kind of goes with the Halloween vibe. All right. And the one thing you want to make sure that you're doing when you're using your blending brush is to make sure that you are going in a circular motion. That helps your color blend a little bit easier and not get so, I should say, so that you don't see, like here you can see the little brush dabs. The more you do it in a circular motion, the softer your blend will be. Okay, now we're just going to take and weave this around the center, this beautiful iridescent, it doesn't look very much like it's in the center though, iridescent ribbon. Okay, I'll just angle my ends a little bit. And then we'll pop this up. Okay, and this goes over the top. I got a dimensional stuck to my finger, but I'm saving it for the next layer. So like that, and we're gonna flip this over and pop it up. And then this will go in the center of your card base, like that. Now we're going to Wink-A-Style up our webs. I'm going to just tuck them in the corners. So just like that. So I'm tucking it in between my two labels. So it's between my white label here and my black label. And then we have some of these cool foam stars. So they come in purple, black, and white. This one has the white, and this one's going to have the black. You do have to be a little careful when picking these up. Just because they're foam, they will bend and fold over and kind of turn into a little blob a little bit. So you do need to be a little bit careful with those. Chris is in the house.
Hi. Looking for the dies.
The dies are right here. You just needed the one, right?
I was gonna have you bring all of them.
Oh.
Like the berries and the others, they would have gotten like the leaves. It's
Oh,
okay.
I thought you just needed the
I did,
one.
and then I was preparing stuff, and I'm like, oh, all of them would help. So I was like, maybe she'll bring all the dies. That's what not communicating does.
That's what happens, right? Okay, so I put Happy Halloween in that one, and I left that stamp at home, but I have Happy Halloween from Spooky, or we could do No Tricks, All Treats, or Spooky. They're spooky on the outside, I think. Yes. So we'll do Happy Halloween, but we're using Spooky Halloween instead of Fright Night. So we're gonna do that, and then I love the little bats in this set, so we're gonna put some bats on there. So we got our memento here. And then we got those cute bats. Oh, I love them. So yes, you need to have both Halloween sets because they both have different features in them that you're gonna love. Okay, so this is going on the inside like that, and there is our finished card, and all three cards are done now. So this is what it looks like with the white stars. Some of you will get petunia, some will get the black, it just depends. And this is what I did on the inside. There was kind of a, I don't know what you want to call that, little stardust or something, and I stamped that there, and that's the Happy Halloween from the other set. So you can definitely change it up, make it whatever works for you. Okay, so here are 3 cards for today. So we got 2 Purplicious cards for you purple fans, and then a Nice Guys card here with the autumn trees. So like I said, kits will be available to order until this weekend, especially if I'm going to make, let me ask Christine while she's still here. Hey Chris, what did you change your shipping date to?
Earlier than the 17th.
Earlier than the 17th,
Like-
okay.
Like maybe Tuesday or Wednesday of that week versus Friday.
Okay,
Just a couple days.
just a couple days. Okay, so I got a little more time, but anyways, to get my kits cut before her shipping date for those of you who like to combine shipping to help save on shipping. So remember, I got these, and I have, if you guys want to see what else I have for the month, you guys can check back at the beginning of the video. I had lots to share with you. This week we have the card buffet, holiday Christmas card buffet that's coming up. I'll be live on Wednesday here and also on Saturday, we'll be here for World Card Baking Day in the Hive. So if you want to join me in person at 9 o'clock, we'll be making the Christmas cards for that. Let's see, and then the next, oh, and then on Sunday, you also have the option to do the sampler class in person or the Lovely Florals workshop kit in person. So I have three classes really this weekend. So if any of you want to join me in person for